Well, I just planted my last bed of vegetables at Raleigh City Farm, this bed of green onions. This completes the greenhouse project here. We got this all planted out. I just got to water it in, and then I want to tell you guys a little bit about my thoughts on the transition right now, give you a little bit of an update where things are at the farm right now and how I'm handing it off, and also what to expect on this channel in 2021. Well, transplanting the green onions feels very familiar to me. As a former brewer, when I would leave a brewery, I'd always feel great about filling up the tanks and knowing that someone else would be taking care of that beer in the future, and that production felt great. And I feel like that's kind of how this tunnel feels like for me. We just planted this all out, and then the next steward here will take care of it and use it. But it just feels good to like go out strong and leave a place better than how you got it, and I think that's super important. So quick update about the farm here. I just want to show you where things are at now and how, the state of things as I hand them off. And so if you've been following along here, you've seen the progress in the greenhouse. This is all planted out, and so we got a couple beds of lettuce. This one here is interplanted with radish. We got full-size red Russian kale, arugula, and then those green onions that I just transplanted. We got our full drip irrigation system in here on a timer, and we also have a water hose for auxiliary stuff, and this is all hooked up to our rainwater system we've been using everywhere else on the farm. So the greenhouse is in awesome shape, and this will provide some awesome food. Not much to do in here besides just maintaining this and then harvesting eventually. So this is set up to produce a lot of food, middle part of the winter. And so this is good. Otherwise, in here, we were going to do the nursery setup, but that obviously didn't happen because that was going to happen in January, February. So let me show you some other stuff, go around on the farm. Over here in the high tunnel, and this place is looking great also. And we've been harvesting a lot out of here the last couple months. So a lot of this is sort of in regrowth stage, but we have a fresh bed of arugula here. This is a bed of lettuce we've already had a harvest off of. And so we're getting some nice regrowth. We have 2 beds of red Russian kale. And then there's also another bed of lettuce here that has some regrowth in it, some still hasn't been cut, and then the last bed is planted out with tatsoi. So, this tunnel here is, fully planted out and still actively growing and harvesting. So that gives at least 12 beds under cover going into the middle part of the winter. Let me show you what's going on in the field. So I'm out here at the end of the field block, and I don't want to give a play-by-play on each bed out here, but generally things are looking great. And as we transition from fall to winter, every bed that we flipped, we put into cover crops. So it's a rye clover combo. You can see some of the beds over here, and they're looking great. And they're scattered about. Most of the beds out here have been planted into cover crop and really setting up the farm for unbelievable soil next year. I'm really happy with that. We got a couple beds of lettuce and green onions, and the garlic's doing great over here too. And there's a couple beds out here that you can probably still get some harvest out of, but overall the field's looking really clean, really tidy, and looking great going through the winter. So I'm over here in the wash station, and you can see that it's pretty empty. And the reason for that is that all of the equipment that I was using here during the course of the year, so all the market gardening tools, the wash station, that was all stuff from my farm that I had lent to Raleigh City Farm for the year. So I took that home with me because I needed it at my farm for this year as I reopened Satin Hill Farm. So I do feel good about the fact that this room didn't even exist, and it's worked unbelievably well in the heat. It stayed much cooler than any of us thought. It was great, and it was a super simple structure. But it's really a blank slate in here. Someone can come in here and set up another wash station. There's plumbing and drainage and all that stuff in here, and it's set up really well. So, but it is empty right now. So a lot of the stuff just got brought back to my house. I'm going to be resetting it up at home. Well, it definitely feels a little bit weird to be giving a tour and update on the farm, but I feel like it's the right thing to do and let you guys know where we're at. And I've been taking you guys along for this journey all year and kind of wrapping it up today. And as my time here is pretty much out, and this year has obviously gone a lot differently than I anticipated, as I'm sure it has been for all of you guys. This has been a very interesting year, and overall, I am really happy with my experience here. And I mentioned that a lot in terms of not how the farm came out, but the people I've worked with and gotten to know and our relationships and friendships. And it's been truly special to see the community gather around and everyone sort of putting in their time and energy into the farm to make it what it is now. And not just by the way it looks, but just the community around it. And I just want to really thank Raleigh City Farm and all the people involved in the Raleigh community that have really supported this place and helped create what it is now. And I really hope that moving into 2021 and further, that the organization here can really just take this and grow from it and become an even stronger and better farm and connecting more with the community here. I'm also really excited moving forwards to be farming at home again. I mentioned this before, that I think my heart belongs in the for-profit farming model, and I'm really excited to not only be farming at my home again, but also to try to show people how much you can grow in a very small space and try to be really efficient. And it's also, I'm kind of really lucky that this is kind of my third attempt at a farm. In a sense, I've set up my farm once, set up this place, and then getting to set up my farm again, I'm really thinking about it a little bit differently. And most people don't have that opportunity unless you're moving a lot to take a fresh start. And I'm really excited to share that with you guys and got some really great ideas. So all that said, 2021 is going to be awesome. So what to expect on this channel? Well, more of what you guys would expect. I'm going to be doing a lot of updates on my farm as I rebuild it, and then getting hopefully more tutorial stuff, more instructional things, and I get back into visiting other farms as it warms up a little bit. Most people's farms don't look that great right now, and it's not a great time to do that. Plus, people are taking some downtime. So I will get more into that over the course of this year. I'm also going to be increasing my time spent with no-till growers. I'm going to be doing some projects with them, which I can't really talk about yet, but super excited about that. And then continuing my Growers Live show. If you haven't checked that out, it's every other Tuesday night on No-Till Growers YouTube. I interview growers and industry professionals and all sorts of people, and it's been really fun. It's live, so it's interactive, and that's super special. Another thing about 2021 is that I'm going to start taking sponsors on this channel. And before you guys get all worked up about it, I need to explain myself so you understand where I'm coming from. I feel very strongly about giving content away for free. I've never charged for anything on this channel and don't plan to in the foreseeable future. And it's something that myself and also Jackson and Jesse at No-Till Growers feel the same way. We're going to give content away. I'm not here to sell you guys anything. I don't have an online class, a paywall to hide behind. I'm not trying to sell anything here. And the way that that's possible is by taking sponsors. And I've been hesitant to do that until recently, but I'm feeling more comfortable with working with certain companies that feel like the right fit for this channel. And keep in mind that when I have a sponsored video, that sponsorship is to sponsor this channel and my educational content. That's not for me to push products. So I've always been super honest with you guys on this channel, and I obviously will continue to do that. But keep in mind that when you see a sponsored video, it doesn't mean that it's going to change my opinion about giving you a review on a product. I'm always going to give you my honest opinion, regardless of who's sponsoring the channel. But it allows me to focus and spend more time on providing you guys free content. So I just want to mention that because I know there's going to be a whole bunch of comments down below about that, but keep in mind that's why I'm doing it and how it's going to work. Well, that wraps up this video and also my time at Raleigh City Farm. It's been incredible, but it's time for me to move on, and I'm really excited to share that with you guys. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Please hit subscribe if you're not already, and we'll see you in the next one.